Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carole Baskin from Big Cat Rescue, and I have been away for a week. Howie and I went to the GW Zoo in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. Howie had been there once before during a court ordered inspection that we had during the litigation with Joe Schreibvogel, but I had never been there. I was not missing much. And so we went there. We had some film crews that are working on some films that we're working on. We met with the sheriffs there, and it was a very productive trip, very productive. We are pretty sure that based on the community's the community's engagement with all of the derelicts and criminals that have spent their time at GW Zoo. They are so happy to have that element out of their county, and they are all willing to help us with the Big Cat Public Safety Act and reaching out to Congress. So this was a really good visit. But it means there's been like 8 or 9 days of no coordinator reports, no Big Cat news reports, and I apologize for that. I ended up staying in a lovely place there, but they had almost no internet, and I had 1 bar of service on my phone, so I was barely even able to answer emails during that period of time. Thankfully, I have such an amazing team here at Big Cat Rescue that I never have to worry about the cats. That stuff always gets taken care of, whether I'm here or not. And so thank you, huge shout out to all of you who made things happen and continue to happen while I was not here. So let's start with the news. Let me scroll back in time, going so far back in time. Yeah, to something that I don't recognize. All of this I do not recognize. Oh my goodness, there's been so much news. All right, well, I'm just going to give you a page of it instead of going back pages. But if you come to the bottom at bigcatrescue.org/news, you'll see you could click next and even go further back. Looks like zoo crisis deepens amidst the second national lockdown and restrictive bailout conditions. Yeah, zoos are not getting bailout money for the most part, and they can't have people there because of COVID-19. It's dangerous to the people, and it's dangerous to the big cats who can contract it. So zoos all over the place are in some serious trouble, as are sanctuaries that allow public visitors. Big Cat Rescue allows guided tours of the sanctuary, or we did, until COVID-19, and that meant we lost 1/3 of our income. We have to raise about $4 million a year to take care of the cats, and losing 1/3 of that really hurt. So thank you, everybody who has made up for that during our Wildcat Walkabout, although that money goes to conservation in the wild. Giving Tuesday is coming up. Actually, it's already started, and you can go to bigcatrescue.org/Tuesday to get to that and help us through the end of the year by donating there. Why is this Malayan tiger endangered? 2 reasons the big cat is in trouble, and you can click on each one of these and it will take you out to the story to find out more. Madhya Pradesh, trap set for a leopard that killed a 7-year-old girl in Dar village. Oh, that's sad. Trappers face low demand and low prices for furs. Yay! Keep it up. So why not enjoy that lynx roaming around the yard? What? I'm going to have to read that because that's pretty stupid, unless they mean just roaming around in the forest in the yards around you. So that would be fine. They do not belong in cages or backyards. The bandages were removed, and there's an update on the Zogfire mountain lion cubs recovery. I was so sad because I know some people at the Oakland Zoo, and I thought that they were doing the right thing by the animals, and then they're sending these cubs to the Columbus Zoo, and so I just lost all respect when that happened. They could have sent them to a sanctuary where they would not be exploited, they wouldn't be bred, and instead they went to the Columbus Zoo, is what I have been told. Tiger crushed by vehicle on the Panakati State Highway. That's sad. All of these Indian names. Maharashtra Forest Department probes poaching angle as decomposed tiger carcass is found in Gondia. These cats don't have a minute to spare. We have to pass the Big Cat Public Safety Act in order to save them in the wild. Stopping the cub petting and the private possession is the first and mandatory first step in that direction. Palestinian baker keeps lion cubs as pets on Gaza rooftop. How inappropriate. Big Cat Diary, George Logan's beautiful photo book, portrays the plight of the lion. Looks like that could be beautiful. World's top wildlife photographers sell prints to raise funds. Can you still safari during a pandemic? I hope not, if the goal is to shoot an animal during that safari. Villagers spot a big cat in Beja Range. The CIC and DSC release a joint statement on captive bred lion shooting. Up Close with Kathy Unruh. That is an interview that we did with the WEDU, which is our local PBS station. Howie and I did that interview, and they did such a nice job. It wasn't just talking heads this time. They overlaid a lot of footage that they had from previous visits and that we provided to them, and it really came out nice. So if you search Up Close with Kathy Unruh or go to that link, it has the entire thing that you can watch on demand. The DOJ sues Tiger King star Jeff and Lauren Lowe for violating the Endangered Species Act and the Animal Welfare Act. Mountain lion burned in bobcat fire spotted again, doing well in natural habitat after treatment. PETA issued a statement on the DOJ lawsuit against Jeff Lowe and Tiger King. PETA has really been the driving force behind all of these lawsuits that you've been seeing recently. So Kathy Stearns from Dade City Wild Things, the reason that she is not allowed to abuse tigers anymore is because PETA went after her. Tim Stark is not allowed to abuse big cats because PETA went after him. Jeff Lowe and Lauren Lowe will not be allowed to abuse cats because PETA's going after them. Antle, Doc Antle, I believe, is also on their radar. I know that there was an indictment recently against him, and my suspicion is that PETA is behind that as well. And I know there's people, even in the animal protection industry, who like to say nasty things about PETA, but they just don't know what they're talking about. I have worked with these people for decades, and they love animals, and they are doing the hard work necessary, the litigation necessary, to bring all of these animal abusers and exploiters to justice by getting the USDA and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to actually enforce their laws. And they're having to do it through citizen complaints because those government authorities don't take any action on their own for the most part unless they are pressured by groups like PETA. And PETA has the manpower and the wherewithal to go after them and to make these people stop abusing cats. So I think all of these people that I just listed, I believe those are animal abusers, and I believe that PETA is the main reason that they are not going to be able to abuse animals in the future. Justice Department files complaint against Jeffrey Lowe and Tiger King LLC for violations of the Endangered Species Act and the Animal Welfare Act, and that one's actually from the justice.gov site, so that's not anybody's opinion, that's the government agency talking about it. Endangered Florida panther was fatally struck by a car. That's sad. Lion cub tortured by his captors in Russia, then rehabilitated for 7 months, will be flown to his natural habitat in an African wildlife refuge. Oh, gracious. Female tiger found dead, 2 male cubs rescued. This was a great article. This was in The Independent. It was, of course, the UK because they are decades ahead of the US. But the article is called "Zoos Are Outdated and Cruel. It's Time to Make Them a Thing of the Past." And it was written by, I can't think of his first name, Damien Aspinall. And it was the best article I have read about zoos lately. So be sure and come to bigcatrescue.org/news and check out that one. It's this one here with the gorilla. A large cat caught on a trail cam might spark more debate about mountain lions in Maine. 3 rare cat species in Southeast Asia may go extinct. Yeah, this is happening because we are not taking care of protecting wildlife in their native habitats. Keeping them in zoos is not saving their habitats. That is not conservation. These cats could be saved in the wild. They're little cats. They're not a danger to anybody. but you have to protect their prey base and the areas where they live. That's the hard work that we have to do. But if we don't do it, we won't have fresh air and fresh water to breathe for ourselves. So even if you don't care about cats, we need to protect those forests for our human needs. And the best way to do that is to get people to care about cats, because it's very difficult sometimes to get people to care about trees and water half a world away. But cute little cats like this little rusty spotted cat, that'll get your heart going. Hopefully we work with a lot of in situ partners, and hopefully we will be working with some of those in the future as we raise money for in situ efforts. All right, let's go to, I'm only going to do the most recent coordinator report at Big Cat Rescue, because there's so many. And this one will be from Jennifer Russick. It was from 21 hours ago, and she says, my order for great weather came through. We had a beautiful day. Thanks everyone that signed up last minute. Deidre Ritchie got her last feeding sign-off from Fred Pagan today. Mai Richardson, Linda Licht, Barbara Brooks, Rebecca Williams, and Jordan Elaine fed the rest of the cats. Becky Gagliardo and Linda Licht got everyone medicated. The cats, not the people. Robin Fry led the morning raking project by the enrichment cabin. She was joined by an awesome crew of Regina Turgeon and Adrian Perdomo and Angel Welker. This team also prepped food for tomorrow. While they worked, the rest of the team was busy cleaning the cats. The cleaning team was also joined by Nikki Weinkoff and Lisa Spencer Novak. In the afternoon, Rebecca, Regina, and Jen Russick raked by Manny the jaguar and Jinx the black leopard. The rest of the crew gave out enrichment, supplements, and trimmed around the cats' enclosures so we have a clear path when cleaning and feeding. Today was another successful Sunday fun day. And we also had a singing Sunday by Lisa Spencer Novak, and it was, I think, the cutest song she's done yet. It was the little ditty about Jack and Diane. Well, she redid it for Max and Marianne, the Bobcats, and it was adorable, and the Bobcats were absolutely adorable. So you'll be able to see the reruns of that on Facebook and on YouTube. Seems like there was something else I wanted to mention, and I have totally blanked. Oh, today's Monday, November 23rd, and it's the last season of Dancing with the Stars. And there are 4 contestants left, and at the end of tonight, there will be one winner for the mirror ball. And so I hope everybody will join me, and that you will all cast your votes for your favorite dancers. And I might even have a little cameo piece with me and some of our tigers there. So at least one of our tigers. I'm really hoping that they include it. They had asked me for some footage and I supplied it. And if they use it, then it would be a lovely way for me to be able to say goodbye to everyone who joined me in the beginning on Dancing with the Stars until it was discovered that I can't dance. But I do hope you will watch tonight and vote. And then after the show, we're actually having a Zoom call for all of the cast and crew from Dancing with the Stars. And that way we all get to say goodbye to each other, since I can't be there in person due to not being able to fly. And that was going to be too long a drive for me to drive all the way out there just to stand in the balcony and clap. So maybe they'll use some old footage of me clapping, because I would still be applauding those people if I were there. Hope you will be applauding all of them tonight. Thank you, everybody, for everything that you've done to keep Big Cat Rescue forefront in the minds of everyone, as well as our federal bill to end the cub handling and to phase out the private possession of big cats. Love you guys. Mwah.